Sometimes the people who should celebrate you the most are the ones who resent your success the loudest. My name is Aiden Torres. I'm 22 years old. And this is the story of my MIT graduation, the day my brother tried to diminish me, and the moment that proved him devastatingly wrong. I'm the youngest of four brothers. My father owns Torres Construction, a small company in South Boston. My older brothers, Miguel, Carlos, and Javier, all work with Dad. It's honest work, hard work, and they're proud of it. They should be. But when I got accepted to MIT on a full scholarship 4 years ago, something changed in my family. Suddenly, I wasn't just the youngest brother anymore. I was the one who thinks he's too good for us. I never thought that. I loved my family. But I also loved physics, mathematics, the way the world made sense when you understood the equations behind it. MIT gave me a chance to pursue that, and I took it. My brothers never forgave me for it. For 4 years, every time I came home, there were comments. "Oh, here's the genius. Too busy with your fancy school to help the family? Remember where you came from, college boy." My dad stayed quiet, never defending me but never joining in either. My mom tried to smooth things over, but the resentment was always there. I worked my ass off at MIT, not just to succeed, but to prove I belonged there. First-generation college student, Latino kid from South A, at one of the most prestigious engineering schools in the world. I carried the weight of representation, of expectation, of wanting to make my family proud, even as they made it clear they weren't. Graduation day arrived May 20th, perfect spring weather in Cambridge. I'd invited my family weeks ago. My mom confirmed they were coming. I'd even reserved seats for them. They showed up 20 minutes late, missing the processional. I saw them slip into the back of the arena as we were already seated in our caps and gowns. Miguel was on his phone. Carlos looked bored. Javier was eating something. Only my mom and dad seemed actually present. The ceremony began. Thousands of graduates, hundreds of families. The dean spoke about innovation, about the future we were inheriting, about MIT's legacy of changing the world. During a break before they started calling names, my brothers came down to where the graduates were seated. Miguel grabbed my shoulder, squeezing too hard. "Big day, huh, little brother?" His tone was mocking. "Yeah, it is," I said quietly. "You know what's funny?" Carlos leaned in. "You spent 4 years at this fancy school, got yourself a fancy degree, but you're still just Dad's youngest kid. Still a Torres from Southie. I never said I wasn't." "You're nothing without us," Javier interrupted, loud enough that nearby graduates turned to look. "Without Dad paying your way through high school, without Mom making sure you ate, without this family, you think this degree makes you special? You're nothing without us." My face burned with humiliation. Other students were staring. One girl I'd studied with looked at me with pity. "Come on, guys," I said quietly. "This isn't the time. Just remember," Miguel said, squeezing my shoulder again. "When these people forget about you in a year, when your fancy education doesn't matter anymore, you'll still just be a Torres. Family is all that matters. And you've been too proud to remember that." They walked back to their seats, leaving me sitting there, mortified, trying to hold back tears of anger and shame. The name-calling began. Alphabetically, thousands of students. I tried to focus, to be present, but my brother's words kept echoing. "You're nothing without us." Then I heard it. "Aiden Miguel Torres." I stood up, my legs shaky, and started walking toward the stage, but the announcer wasn't finished. "Graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science." Applause, normal for every graduate. I climbed the steps to the stage. "Aiden is this year's recipient of the Harold E. Edgerton Award for Innovation in Engineering." The applause got louder. I saw my mom stand up in the audience. The Edgerton Award was significant, given to one undergraduate each year for exceptional innovation. But the announcer continued. "He's also being awarded the MIT Bose Grant for his senior thesis project. Low-cost water purification system designed for rural communities in developing countries." Now the applause was building. The Bose Grant was $50,000 for continued research. Other graduates were turning to look at me. Additionally, Aiden has been offered a position with Tesla's advanced engineering team in Palo Alto, California, with a starting salary of $165,000 per year. The arena erupted. Students were standing. Professors were applauding. I saw my academic advisor beaming at me from the faculty section. "But wait," the dean said, stepping forward with a smile. "There's one more thing. Aiden, we just received confirmation this morning. You've been awarded a full scholarship to pursue your PhD in engineering at Stanford University, where you'll be continuing your research in sustainable technology for underserved communities." I stood frozen on that stage, overwhelmed. The dean shook my hand, handed me my diploma, and the entire arena was on their feet applauding. As I walked back to my seat, I looked at my family. My mom was crying, clutching my dad's arm. My dad had his hand over his mouth, tears in his eyes. And my brothers, Miguel, Carlos, Javier, sat in stunned silence, their expressions a mixture of shock and something I'd never seen before, realization. After the ceremony, my family found me in the crowd. My mom grabbed me first, hugging me so tight I could barely breathe. Mio, why didn't you tell us? All those awards, that job offer, Stanford? I tried, Mommy, but every time I came home, I looked at my brothers. They made it clear they didn't want to hear about school. My dad stepped forward. Aiden, I'm sorry. We didn't understand what you were doing. We thought, he struggled for words. We thought you were leaving us behind. I never wanted to leave anyone behind. I just wanted to do something different. Miguel approached, and for the first time in 4 years, he looked at me without contempt. That job offer. $165,000? Starting salary. Yes, that's more than our whole crew makes combined in a year. Different field, different education. No. He cut me off. I get it now. Aiden, I'm sorry. We've been tearing you down because we felt left behind. Because we didn't understand that you weren't rejecting us. You were just becoming something we couldn't relate to. Carlos stepped up. When we said you were nothing without us, man, that was us projecting. We felt like nothing compared to you. Everything you've accomplished, we were jealous. Javier was crying. I'm proud of you, hermano. I should have said that 4 years ago. I felt my own tears falling. I never wanted you to feel less than. I just wanted to be more than I was. That doesn't mean I'm better, just different. My dad pulled me into a hug. You made something of yourself that I never could have imagined. Your grandfather came from Mexico with nothing. I built a small business. And now you're going to change the world. That's what every generation is supposed to do. Get further than the one before. We stood there, my whole family, crying and hugging in the middle of thousands of celebrating graduates. Later, at dinner, Miguel asked about my water purification project. Actually listened. Carlos wanted to know about Tesla, about what I'd be working on. Javier asked if I'd teach him some of the math I'd learned. He'd always been curious but too proud to admit it. For the first time in 4 years, my family saw me, really saw me. Not as a threat or a rejection of them, but as their brother, their son, who'd taken his own path. My name is Aiden Torres. I'm 22 years old. At my graduation, my brother told me I was nothing without them, trying to cut me down to size in front of everyone. But when my name was called, when my achievements were announced, everyone froze. Not because the awards made me better than my brothers. They didn't, but because they finally understood what I'd been doing for 4 years while they resented me. I'd been working to honor the sacrifices my grandparents made to build on the foundation my parents created, to show that a kid from Southie could stand on the MIT stage and represent every Latino student who'd been told they didn't belong in spaces like that. I wasn't nothing without them. But I also wasn't something despite them. I was everything because of them, because of the work ethic my dad taught me, because of the determination my mom showed raising 4 boys while working 2 jobs, because of the drive to prove my family's struggles meant something. My brothers thought success was a competition. But that day they learned it's a continuation. Each generation builds on the last. And sometimes loving your family means pursuing a path they don't understand, trusting that eventually they'll see that your success doesn't diminish theirs, it honors it. I'm heading to California in 3 months. To Tesla, then to Stanford. But first, I'm going to spend the summer working with my dad and brothers at Torres Construction. Because Miguel was right about one thing, I'm still a Torres from Southie. I'm just also a Torres who's going to change the world. And finally, my family is proud of both.